Hi, welcome back. So, in this section of the video, we are going to talk about totals and subtotals. So, what we mean by totaling and subtotaling is, so let's say let's start with sales. Let's say I have a total sale of you know how much it is, 2.7 million, $2.2 million over 4 years, and let's say I have my I'm doing it by order category. So let me add my order category in there, and let's go to the data view. So right now if you look at it, we have a total values like the furniture, office supplies and technology, and we have their individual value. So but we don't have a total value. So how do I get a total value? I can go to analysis and just say totals, and say show row, show row, or you can say total using, or you can say whatever it is. So in this case we are asking it to show grand totals. So what we did was we added the row grand total, and also we added the column grand total. So what we basically are trying to do here is so let's say I add year by here. Where is my order date? Right there, adding. So right now the reason I'm seeing the grand total by column is this one, and the grand total by row is this one. So adding grand totals is pretty simple. You go to analysis and then say, you can just, if you, in case you don't want anything, you can just remove that. In this case you're only adding the grand totals by this, but you don't get the grand total of everything, right? So in case you want the grand total of everything, you can just say by rows and columns. In this case, if you look at it, we are adding all of this up, and the sum of that is this one for all 2011 sales across all categories. Similarly 2012, and this is across all years. The total sales from furniture is this. So now, because we already have a drilled in hierarchy, the advantage of drilled in hierarchy is the moment you click it, right now if you look at it, if we are breaking down the stuff by 2011, in 2011 we are saying, okay, the breakdown is this. But if you look here, I don't have any subtotals across. All I have is grand total. So grand total, the difference between grand total and subtotal is, in furniture, if you want any subcategory or any drill down or any hierarchy to do the sub calculation, that is called subtotaling. So for that you have to go to totals and then say totaling, and then to add all subtotals. What this basically does is it basically adds that new totals at the level of the detailed hierarchies. So either you can add all of them and remove all of them. You cannot do like I just want it for furniture. You cannot do it that way. You have to either add everything or remove everything. So so let's say because we asked it to add the subtotals, it basically added it. So you can also click the plus, and it will basically keep the subtotals going on, because we said add subtotals. But it didn't really keep that subtotaling because we didn't add it at that level. So in case you want to get the subtotaling again, you have to do the same add subtotals again, and you can now drill down back because we already added the subtotal. So totaling and subtotaling is pretty interesting, and this kinds of helps in the textual format. But if you right now look at this, it does not really make any difference in the totaling and subtotaling, because when you are making any marks, these are independent of each other. So you don't want any mark which is a kind of total or subtotal. So for that reason, it does not really matter in any of your graphing stuff, but it really is pretty important in your totaling and subtotaling. So that is the reason, like once I added a graph, it removed my subtotaling. That's one thing I wanted to highlight. That's the reason I clicked that bar one, was because once you click on a graph or you have a different visual of the data, your subtotaling is gone. In case you want to add it again, you need to go back and do the same thing again. So in case you want some subtotaling or reports that have subtotals, it's always good to add that and have a different sheet where you can do the analysis. So this is more in detail about totals and subtotals, and let's let me do some grand totals too. So what this row totals to the left means is